yeah, if you've seen my last video, exactly the same because I just finished filming the other clip. But today I'm doing another vlog because I'm watching 5 films, so it's a non-stop day of movies, and it's gonna be like a challenge because if you've seen my last video, you know that I stayed for the midnight session yesterday. It was until, I only arrived at home like at 3 a.m. And now I'm watching my first film at 2 p.m. So, and it's gonna be until until 3 p.m. So, most of the day of films, and yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. I'll let you know how I do probably tomorrow, but yeah, you'll see a bunch of clips. Hopefully there's cool things happening today, and yeah.
"24 hours later."
I basically just had a flu. I was incredibly sick, and I had this fever dream where I was obsessing over just the physicality of the illness, the fact that I had this thing in my body physically that had come from someone else's body and had been made in someone else's body, and there was such a weird, almost erotic intimacy to that, to have this thing coursing through your body and completely distorting your perception that had come from someone else and penetrated your cells and so on. And so after that experience, I asked myself, okay, who would want this experience? Who would pay money, perhaps, to have this experience? I thought, it's celebrities. I mean, you could see, at the time, Angelina Jolie was one of the biggest stars in the world, and I thought, yeah, of course somebody, if they just thought about it the right way, would pay to be infected with Angelina Jolie's cold virus. Get her herpes, like forever you have Angelina Jolie's herpes all over your face, and who wouldn't want that, right?
It's like, I know Dan, as a person a little bit, and I know how much he loves his work, so that must reflect well on you, because you love what you do, and you two collaborating must be quite productive.
I mean, yeah, collaborating with Dan is very productive. Dan is sort of like the Kareem Hussein of practical effects. Like I just want to surround myself with these hyperactive geniuses who are film encyclopedias and who come to the table with all these great ideas. So with Dan, it's sort of a mix, you know. I'll have certain images in the script that are very particular that I'll want to come to him with and say, okay, like the melting in Possessor, and I'll say, how do we do this practically? And that was wax. Some people think it was CGI, but all those hallucination sequences were totally practical in camera effects, and Dan just made these thin wax busts and painted them incredibly well, and then used heat cannons. The last day of that shoot was just half of the crew literally watching wax melt, and the other half of the crew was watching the Toronto Raptors in the
So, as you might probably tell, it's obviously not the same day, or neither of the previous days that I've shown. It's been over a week since Motelx ended, and I know I just didn't fully finish my thoughts and all of that about day 5 and day 6. Day 7 is that like hangover day. It doesn't feel like a proper ending of the festival. It doesn't feel like a proper day. But I did watch a few good films on that day, which I'll mention in one of my next videos, where I'm gonna like recap most of the things that I've watched at the festival. But I'm here to more or less give you my thoughts on both day 5 and day 6. I'm sorry for doing this like this way. I just wanted a more like casual, chill video, and you'll be hearing the camera sound. So yeah, I'm not doing something really fancy. I just wanted to give you my overall thoughts on both watching 5 movies in one day, because that was an experience, and as well as like the day 6, where it was the like ending ceremony, and where I had the Brandon Cronenberg masterclass. But I'll get to that. Let's begin with day 5. And if you've seen my previous vlog, day 4, you know that I went to the midnight screening. I went and watched Ichi the Killer, which was a surprise film. We didn't know that we're going to watch that film, which was a fun experience, but I was kind of tired after a while. And like watching 5 films in one day the next day, yeah, it was pretty tired. So I would say you can do it. It's doable. You can watch 5 films in one day, but there's a few buts. So first of all, I think my main mistake was going to that midnight screening and then watching the first film of that day like at 2 p.m. So I barely got any sleep. I got home at 3 a.m. and then I woke up at like 10:30, something like that. So I didn't get much sleep. So that was my main mistake. So you either go to the midnight screening and don't go to the first film on your 5 movies day, or you don't go to the midnight screening and watch that first film. You can't really do both, because what I felt after that was that I first film in the morning, really good in the morning, I mean at 2 p.m. Really chill. I was really into it. I wasn't feeling sleepy or anything. But the next two films were really hard to get through, because I just kept feeling myself nodding and my head feeling really heavy. I really wanted to sleep. I had a coffee in between movie 2 and movie 3, but that didn't really help. I also had coffee before watching the first film, so movie 2 and 3 were really hard to get by, like to go through and watch all of it. I don't know if I've actually watched the whole thing in both films. I don't even remember what it was, like the second film I've watched. Oh yeah, the second one was really hard to watch. It was really hard. But then at night, like the last two films were really easy to watch. Like the second to last one was the Portuguese film, and I was really excited about that one. I was with a pretty good group of people. The theater was packed, so that one was really fun and really good, and I enjoyed the experience. I also enjoyed the film, so it was really nice. And the last film, it lives inside, and if you've watched my previous video, my It Lives Inside review, you know that I went into it all by myself. It was a midnight screening, so because of all of that, I was kind of on the edge. I knew it would be like a scary film, so maybe because of all those elements I was really awake. So yeah, watching 5 films was an experience. I might do it again if I really want to watch those films, but yeah, it's a one day type of thing. Like you can't watch 5 films the whole week. Yeah, it's really hard. And then day 6 was really exciting. Thank God I only watched 2 films, and in between I had the Brandon Cronenberg masterclass, which was by far my favorite thing that day. I love hearing directors talk about their work, talk about how they do their productions, what happened, and yeah, and I have been really lucky with the directors that I had the opportunity to um, like attend their master classes and to talk to and to meet. Because yeah, I did end up meeting Brandon Cronenberg after his master class. He's really awkward, but so am I, and yeah, I'll leave my picture here. It's it's quite something, because yeah, he's really awkward and I'm like really giggly and stuff, but yeah, but his masterclass was really fun. And yeah, you've seen some bits, because I'm sure like editing me will do a montage with some parts of the masterclass. And yeah, that was basically it. I watched Possessor before the masterclass. After the masterclass, it was the ending ceremony, and yeah, that film wasn't the best. It wasn't like odd ending of the festival. It didn't really feel right. It didn't feel like the previous editions, but I still had a good time. And there's gonna be 2 more videos about Motelx, hopefully, that I'm thinking of. And yeah, I hope you like this video. Please tell me in the comments what you want to see from me from Motelx next year, because yeah, I'm definitely gonna attend again, hopefully as press as well, so I can watch as many movies as possible. Maybe not as many as this year, because this year I went really crazy with how many films I've watched. But yeah, if you have any ideas, um, obviously I don't know which films will play, but yeah, if you have any type of videos that you want to watch from me, like more vlogs, more individual reviews, double features, um, I don't know, something different, a ranking, uh, yeah, just tell me in the comments. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!